Vegapunk. Dr. Vegapunk is the leading scientist in the employment of the Marines. His work includes discovering the secrets and uses of sea stone, the secrets of how devil fruit powers work, the co-discovery of the lineage factor and its applications, and various other scientific achievements that are said to be at least 500 years ahead of current technology. He hails from the technologically advanced Karakuri Island. Before being employed under the world government, Vegapunk was part of an outlaw scientific research known as MADS, where he worked alongside other notable scientists such as Caesar Clown, Vinsmoke Judge and Queen before being arrested and then integrated into the Marines. In spite of his major background influence in the story, Vegapunk has yet to make a personal appearance in the storyline. Appearance. Vegapunk has yet to make an appearance, but AG-5 Marine states that he is an old man, suggesting he is at an elderly age. Also, during Kuma's explanation on his pacifista modification, he seems to wear yellow gloves and a striped shirt while wearing a lab coat. Personality. In his youth, Vegapunk was a generous person who cared very much for the inhabitants of his island, willing to help them with his inventions. He is considered the island's pride and joy, and the residents are still hoping for his return. Unlike his former fellow scientist Caesar Clown, Vegapunk was far more moral about what he would do in pursuit of achievements. He refused to involve children in the gigantification process despite repeated failures. He also vetoed the creation or release of the H2S poison gas weapon for fear of it harming innocent people. He seems to have an interest for dragons, as he created 2 of them on Punk Hazard, and an artificial devil fruit that allows the user to transform into one. He appears to be honorable as he granted Kuma his final wish as a human being, which was to program Kuma to protect the Thousand Sunny until the Straw Hat's return. Abilities and powers. Vegapunk is famed as the greatest scientific genius the world has ever known, having tremendous knowledge and unmatched understanding in all fields of science, from cell biology to military technology, as noted by Frankie. His scientific expertise is said to be at least 500 years ahead of his contemporaries. It seems that even in his youth, the scientist was a prodigy already considered a genius, but lacked the skills, funds, and materials to develop his inventions, although that did not stop him from theorizing the creation of pacifista cyborgs, including their laser weapons back then. This is proven by the fact that Frankie was able to recreate the technologies by self-studying the blueprints Vegapunk left behind on his home island. Regardless, the creations and blueprints that he has left behind are considered invaluable, and any damage inflicted to them is considered a crime. Through his research, he discovered ways of allowing marine ships to pass through the calm belts without fear of a Sea King attack, by covering the bottom of the ships with sea stone. He also discovered exactly how devil fruit powers are transferred over to a user, and was the scientist behind the method of adding devil fruit powers to inanimate objects, such as swords and guns. He is the one who modified Bartholomew Kuma into a cyborg, and has produced many pacifista replicas of him, granting them some of the abilities of Kizaru's devil fruit in the process. These replicas bleed actual blood. However, they lack Kuma's own devil fruit abilities. After the 2-year time skip, Sentomaru revealed that the latest pacifista had been further modified, but these units have yet to be seen. The lasers that are installed into the pacifista were apparently supposed to be so advanced, that only Vegapunk knew how to create them. It was also stated that the dragons found on Punk Hazard were of Vegapunk's own creation. He also seems to be physically strong, as he was able to survive Caesar Clown's mass murder weapon at its core explosion. Scientific achievements. Geology. Sea stone usage. Covering the bottom of ships for avoiding sea kings. Meteorology. Climate control, unfinished, destroyed. Biology. Co-discovered the lineage factor alongside Vinsmoke Judge as part of MADS. Artificial life forms, dragons, at least 2, one killed by Zoro, the other by Brook and Kinemon. Gigantification, failure. Botany. Devil fruit research. What devil fruits really are. How devil fruits react with humans. As revealed by Trafalgar Law, they react by affecting the lineage factor, allowing objects to eat the fruit. Research into the Pika Pika no Mi. Creating an artificial devil fruit using the lineage factor, rumored to be a failure. Weaponry. High-tech weapons research. Various weapons. Cyborgs, in association with his biology research. Creating a variety of cyborg animals. Pacifista project. Modifying Bartholomew Kuma into a cyborg. Creating cybernetic replicates of Kuma. installing devices that have a similar ability as the Pika Pika Nomi to project explosive lasers. Other. Many blueprints of unmade creations, destroyed. Gas-proof suits. History. Past. Early life. Vegapunk was born in the future country Baltimore on Karakuri Island. As a child, he designed and built several devices in his lab, including robotic animals. He also had hundreds of other ideas, ranging from weapons to experimenting with cellular structures. He once tried to create an in-ground heating system for the island's people using modified animals as his labor force. Unfortunately, Vegapunk lacked the tools and the funds needed to complete his project, but he was able to touch the people's hearts. At some point, he worked alongside Vin Smoke Judge within MADS, an illegal research team, and discovered the blueprint of life known as the lineage factor. When the world government caught wind of this, they deemed the research a threat, and Vegapunk was arrested. Service to the world government. After going to work for the world government, he became famous for his devil fruit research and for discovering that sea stone can serve to counteract the effects of devil fruits on the user. When Kaido was captured by the Marines, Vegapunk was able to extract a sample of his lineage factor to replicate his devil fruit, although the results were noted to be unsatisfactory. The world government wanted him to give the fruit to them, but Vegapunk considered it a failure and refused, leaving it on Punk Hazard. For years prior to the current storyline, he was leading chemical weapons tests in his lab on Punk Hazard. His former colleague, Caesar Clown, created an extremely powerful chemical weapon, and when Vegapunk attempted to dismiss Caesar for his reckless behavior, Caesar retaliated by detonating that weapon, turning Punk Hazard into a wasteland. The island was closed off after this incident and a dragon that Vegapunk created was also abandoned. Since Vegapunk had been leading the experiments, he was blamed for the incident. Before the time skip, he focused on developing human weapons called Pacifista, with Bartholomew Kuma as the test subject and with his research on Kizaru's devil fruit powers. He somehow managed to synthesize them and become the only person in the world with the technological prowess to manufacture functional and tangible laser beams that cause damage, which the world government now use in full force and mass production. Prior to the Summit War of Marineford, Vegapunk performed the final operation on Kuma, removing the last of Kuma's free will. However, upon Kuma's request, Vegapunk programmed the mission to protect the Thousand Sunny into Kuma's memory banks. For Emperor's Saga. Levely Arc. Prior to going to marry Geos, Isho met with Vegapunk and the scientist revealed an invention that Isho believed could render the 7 warlords of the sea system obsolete. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later, bye bye.